Okay, it has been some time since my last devlog of my game Loopit, but that doesn't mean I haven't been busy. In the last video I said I will use artificial intelligence to make the bots, but the AI actually outsmarted my game design. It made a critical hit to my game design and discovered that you can basically always just jump around, which looks ridiculous and is not fun to play against. I could just nerf the AI's capabilities to stop it from always jumping around, but the problem is that the real players can also just do that. So as a solution I thought I'd just add a tiny animation to the jumping so you can't always just jump around. Psych, I obviously threw the whole project in garbage and restarted it. That's what you do. I was unhappy with the networking solution anyway, so I rewrote that as well. And now I have per entity client-side prediction, which is way better than my old solution, which basically just interpreted the whole world as one. This is a sneak peek of how it looks now. I also made it 3D now, because then it's clearer on what the animation is actually doing. But that's not the only thing I did. I also set up the server architecture, so servers are created dynamically and removed when they're not needed anymore. For this I want to go a bit more into detail. First of all, the client needs to know where to connect to. For this you use a matchmaking service, which connects you to appropriate servers. In my case it also provisions new servers if there aren't any available. For keeping track of the available servers I also have a database table in which I store the status of each server. Some basic information of how many players are available and when the server last checked in. In my case, because my game is a web game, I also need a DNS entry for encryption. Now to clean up old servers I also have a second service which removes all servers where no players are online. Then as the last thing I need I also have a certificate service, because I use Let's Encrypt for the certificates which expire every 90 days, so I need a service to renew them automatically and to distribute them to the servers. And with this a basic game server infrastructure is done. In more complicated solutions there are more services like authentication services, analytics servers, game inventory services and others. But for my simple game this is enough. Of course there are also managed solutions like Microsoft PlayFab and Unity gaming services. And that's the status of the game currently. Thanks for watching, bye!